Welcome to the BrainX channel. In the previous video, we learned how to identify the hypotenuse, the opposite side, and the adjacent side in a right-angled triangle. Now, these sides are important because trigonometry compares the lengths of two sides at a time, and these comparisons are called trigonometric ratios. In this lesson, we will introduce the three main trigonometric ratios: sine, cosine, and tangent. We will also learn how to remember them using SOHCAHTOA. I just spoke about trigonometric ratios. Now the question is, what is a ratio? Well, a ratio is a comparison between two quantities. In trigonometry, we compare two side lengths by dividing one side length by another. Suppose one side has a length of 3 units and another side has a length of 5 units. The ratio of the first side to the second side is 3/5. Now that fraction line means divided by. Therefore, 3/5 means 3 divided by 5, and that is equal to 0,6. One thing that is very important, the order does matter. The ratio of 3 to 5 is 3/5, and the ratio of 5 to 3 is 5/3. These are not the same comparison. This is important because in trigonometry, each ratio tells us exactly which side must be written first and which side must be written second. In the previous video, we saw that right-angled triangles with the same acute angle have the same shape. The triangles may be different sizes, but the ratios between their corresponding sides remain the same. This means that for a particular angle, the comparison between two sides has a fixed value. Now, if anything of this doesn't make sense to you, please check out the first video of this playlist. We are now going to give 3 of these important comparisons their mathematical names. The full names of the 3 trigonometric ratios are sine, cosine, and tangent. But when we write them, we normally shorten them. So sine is written as sin, but we do pronounce it sine. Cosine is written as cos, and tangent is written as tan. Therefore, if you see this, you will read it as sine theta, this will be read as cos theta, and this as tan theta. Let's have a look at sine. Sine compares the opposite side with the hypotenuse. So if we have the sine of theta, we write it as the opposite over the hypotenuse. Let's have a look at cosine. Cosine compares the adjacent side with the hypotenuse. That means if we write cos theta, we will write it as adjacent over the hypotenuse. And let's also look at tangent. Tangent compares the opposite side with the adjacent side. So the tan of theta can be written as the opposite over the adjacent side. But let's use a special method to remember all these ratios. The 3 ratios can be remembered using the word SOHCAHTOA. Now it may look like one long word, but it's actually made up of 3 separate groups: SO, Ka, and TOA. Each group represents one complete trigonometric ratio. Let's have a look at SO. The S stands for sine, the O stands for opposite, and the H stands for hypotenuse. Therefore, sine will be equal to the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Therefore, we will write sine theta equals O over H. Then the C stands for cosine, the A stands for adjacent, and the H, believe it or not, the hypotenuse. Cosine will therefore be the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. Then we will write cos theta equals A over H. Then, last but not least, the T stands for tangent, and the O stands for opposite, and the A for adjacent. Therefore, the tangent will be equal to the opposite side over the adjacent side. So tan theta can be written as tan theta equals O over A. Just a quick reminder, that word over means divided by. Let's do one example. Here we are asked to calculate sine theta, cos theta, and tan theta. And we have been given this triangle. So the first step is to name all 3 sides of this triangle. So we will find our 90-degree angle, and the side that is directly opposite this 90-degree angle is always called the hypotenuse. And then we find the angle that we are working with, and in this case it is theta. The side that is across from theta is called the opposite side. And then there's one leftover side. That is the side that touches theta, and that is called the adjacent side. Now we are ready to calculate the ratios. But if you want to, write down your SOHCAHTOA word so that it is easier to find your ratios. Now let's find the trigonometric ratios for sine theta. I'm going to use the SO from SOHCAHTOA because the S stands for sine, the O stands for opposite, and the H for hypotenuse. Notice that the O comes before H, therefore I'm going to write O over H. You can, if you want, to replace the O and the H with the names of the sides. So let's find O. And here I can see that the name for this side is AC. And now let's find the hypotenuse. And here I see that the name of this side is AB. Now we can add the values for each side. For O or AC, I see that the value is 12. And for H or AB, I see that the value is 13. And this is the trigonometric ratio for sine theta. Now let's look at cos theta. Here I'm going to use the CA from SOHCAHTOA because C stands for cos, A stands for adjacent, and H for hypotenuse. Again, notice that A comes before H. Therefore, I'm going to write A over H. And then you can replace the A and the H with the names of the sides. So let's find A. And here I can see that the name of the side is BC. And looking at H, I see that the name of the side is AB. Now let's replace it with values. A or BC is equal to 5 and H or AB is equal to 13. And here I've just determined the trigonometric ratio for cos theta. And now let's find the trigonometric ratio for tan theta. Here I'm going to use the TOA in SOHCAHTOA because T stands for tan, O stands for opposite, and A for adjacent. Again, notice that O comes before A. Therefore, I'm going to write O over A. Let's replace it with the names of the sides. So for O, I'm going to write AC, and for A, I'm going to write BC. And now let's replace it with the values. O or AC is equal to 12, and A or BC is equal to 5. And this is the trigonometric ratio for tan theta. This brings us to the end of this video. In the next video, we will be doing several examples where we will do actual calculations. We will use trigonometry to find the length of a missing side when we are given one side length and an angle. See you in the next video.